Well, the Lokayukta is raiding houses of corrupt officials across Karnataka. The Lokayukta raided residences and offices in Bengaluru, Belagavi, Chikbalapur, Gulbarga, Chitradurga, Bidar, Mandya and Mysore. BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj's house is being raided in Bengaluru. His homes in Mandya and Mysore are also being raided. Chescom Assistant Engineer Vittal Savadatti's residence were raided in Gokak and Belagavi. Irrigation Department Engineer Subhash Marakumbe's house has been raided in Bidar. RTO Inspector Srinivasaya's house raided in Chitradurga. So these are just a few officials who have been targeted by the Lokayukta, who is in fact on a raiding spree there. They have gone ahead and visited several houses across across the state, and of course this is in Kanakpura Road, where they visited the BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj's house. They conducted raids there, scrutinizing all the documents, but Nagaraj was not the only one under the radar of the Lokayukta. We also saw the Chescom Assistant Engineer Vittal Savadatti's residence being raided in Gokak and Belagavi. Besides that, the Irrigation Department Engineer Subhash Marakumbe, the RTO Inspector Srinivasaya's houses were also raided. So in all, we're looking at raids taking place in Belagavi, Chitradurga, here in Bengaluru, Gulbarga, Chikbalapur and several other places. So the Lokayukta not stopping at any measure. They're trying to ensure that all the officers under their radar are in fact clean, do not possess any sort of illegal assets. Several officials were seen visiting different households, and of course the BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj was also targeted, and he has houses in Mandya, Mysore as well as here in Bengaluru. So officials are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that they inspect all the necessary documents. My colleague Verghese joins us with more information. Verghese, over to you. Take us through the latest.
Akshita, at present, around 8 cities and towns are looking at the raids from Lokayukta police. In fact, some of them are Bengaluru, Belgavi, Chikbalapur, Chitradurga, Gulbarga, Mandya and Mysore. Even in Bidar, there has been a raid conducted by the Lokayukta sleuths. In Bengaluru alone, there are around 4 places in which the raids are being conducted, and some of the names are Chief Engineer Srinivasaya, and his residency is being raided at present, and documents are being verified. In Dasarahalli, BBMP Chief Engineer who works in a division, he's also been named in it, and his house also is being raided. His name is Kalase Gowda, and from there on we have his helper Ramakrishna Reddy's house also has been raided by the Lokayukta sleuths, and also in the RTO department of the BBMP also there have been raids that are being conducted, and another chief engineer Nagaraj also has come under the net of the Lokayukta, and over there in Kanakapura, his residence at Kanakapura in Mandya and Mysore are being simultaneously raided by the Lokayukta sleuths, and in Srirangapatna Taluk also there is a raid being conducted, and these are simultaneous raids that are occurring at the same time, Akshita, and this is being conducted under the leadership of Lokayukta SP Mahesh and DYSP Narayan. Also there is DYSP Palak Shaya who's also giving leadership to these raids at present, Akshita.
Right, Verghese. Now, do we know if these are routine checks or based on some sort of a tip-off that all these officials do in fact own some sort of illegal assets?
Well, at present, what we know is that they are tight-lipped about what the information is, and they are in fact making sure that these raids, which have been well planned out, is being conducted in a simultaneous manner, so that the people who are being raided do not have a chance to in fact manipulate the event. So they have in fact made sure that the raids are conducted in such a planned manner that if there is an allegation of corruption, it can be verified. At present, all these residences of these chief engineers and people in the RTO are being taken into account, and it is being raided. And in fact, they are going through all the documentation that is possibly hidden inside the houses, and also at offices also of these these government servants. There are raids being conducted at present, Akshita.
Right, Verghese, thank you so much for joining us with all that information. But as you can see, large-scale raids being conducted there by the Lokayukta. They're leaving no stone unturned to ensure that anyone who is in fact guilty will be found. And of course, all sorts of documents being scrutinized, ensuring that all the money found, all the valuables found are all accounted for. Several officials coming under the Lokayukta radar there, BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj Chescom, Assistant Engineer, and several others, of course, being named. As of now, their homes across Karnataka are being targeted. Well, meanwhile, what seems to have almost triggered these kind of raids is that the Lokayukta last night trapped a corrupt government official here in Bengaluru. The Joint Secretary of Education Department, Pradeep S. Rajnal, along with 3 other officials, fell in the Lokayukta net. The other 2 officials trapped have been identified as Under Secretary Mallikarjun and Group D worker Srinivas. The Education Department had called for tenders from schools to set up racks to keep the files. A contractor named Lokesh had also filed an application for the same. The officials had asked 20,000 rupees bribe from him. The officials were nabbed when they were in fact accepting an amount of 10,000 rupees in MS Building, and they had already accepted 10,000 rupees earlier.